I'll go home as a beggar and never be your wife.
Hi, I'm Mary.
And I'm Katie, and this is The Housewife Did It.
Pop Culture Edition. If you like our show, you can like, share, subscribe, follow, and give a 5-star review. We have 2 promo codes for you. One is for jewelry and other items. I got some socks from Every Jewels. They're good. I like them. If you go to EVRY Jewels and use the code Mary788, you'll get money off of your order, including sale items. And if you go over to Deutsch Foods, you could use the code HDI20 for 20% off of your order of snacking cookie dough.
And they're, I don't know if this is all the time or just right now, but they're currently at least buy 3, get 1 free. So last time I got the variety pack, this time I just got 2 chocolate chip and 2 basic batch ones.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do.
Because those were my fave. All right, we have a long pop culture episode. So I'm going to rapid fire through some tidbits. First, I found this extremely icky. Oh, there goes my ghost face. In the most recent episode of The Valley, Kristen gets very upset in the airport about fans trying to take photos of her nude daughter while she was trying to change her diaper. But the description that Bravo put on the episode says travel anxiety gets the best of Kristen.
Yeah. Did you see she posted about it on Threads? She was like, I don't have travel anxiety. I have anxiety.
Yeah. Which, like, to be honest, like, historically, Kristen has had a hard time traveling.
Yeah.
So, okay, that made it worse. Hold on, friends. But yeah, I couldn't tell if that was in response to, like, the description or more of, like, what Lala was saying or more of what Luke was saying. But either way, like, everyone was acting like this was just Kristen not handling travel well. And I'm like,
yeah.
Would have lost my absolute mind.
Yeah. Luke was like, there should have been security there with you. And I was like,
so then why wasn't there?
Yeah. Bravo. Y'all put this up on the television.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wouldn't you be the ones to provide the security?
Yeah. Michelle has confirmed that she is dating Dr. Dre. Shep wrote a book about psychedelics. And
with an AI cover?
And may or may not be back together with Taylor Ann Green.
Did you see her post today?
I mean, is an AI cover better than Heather Gay straight up stealing another author's cover? Who knows?
Better than the environment.
Sure. Ali Luber is now the resident musician of Zach's Dax. So if that's not an intro into being a full cast member of Southern Hospitality, right. I don't know what is. James was out with his girlfriend and soon-to-be mother of his child at the Vanderpump Hotel opening. Also there was Marciano, Jesse, and their entire families. We have gotten a good sneak peek of House of Stassi, and I'm very excited to see her and Katie back together again. Jen Affleck just announced that she is pregnant with her and Zach's 4th baby. Also pregnant is Anne Hathaway, but that's less crazy. Miranda has a new song coming out this month called F You for That. She says we can assume it's about whoever we would like. Taylor Swift has been a busy girl. She was at the Toy Story 5 world premiere where she performed I Knew It, I Knew You, and You've Got a Friend in Me with Randy Newman. She sat courtside with the Hyam sisters and Mariska Hargitay at the Knicks game. She got inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. She went to a Broadway show with Travis. And then she went to the Electric Lady recording studio around 8 p.m. one night and didn't leave till 5 a.m. with the Hyam sisters. TS13, is that you? What you doing? Taylor does tell us that she wrote I Knew It, I Knew You in one sitting after getting the songwriter zoomies. Which is just such a cat mom way to say that. People have found it strange that although Jack Antonoff was a contributor on the song, he has not said anything or joined in any of the press for it.
Still?
I think so.
We talked about this last time.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything, but because like even when she posted a carousel of songs for writing this, and like he's not in the studio with her or like in the pictures. I don't know. I find it strange, but Olivia Rodrigo's newest album is incredible.
Yeah.
Those are my tidbits.
I love.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
I really, really like Stupid Song. Like, I don't usually just, like, pick the single, but it's very good. Expectations is so fun in, like, the same way that, like, House Tour is. Like, it's
very Sabrina-y.
There's that part at the end of Expectations. It sounds like an Oompa Loompa song to me. Like, it's, like, very, like, gimmicky. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think it's fun. Okay. On to Love Island USA. With so...
Bitches out my villa.
With so much to catch up on, I think the best strategy here is to go through the couples or the triangles and see what comes up. So, Anaya and Casey have been coupled up since day one, although technically not voluntarily. They started off strong. He really affirmed her beauty as a dark-skinned black woman, seemed really about her, really loved them. They have started to have a communication breakdown. And I guess, like, what are your thoughts on them?
Are you, like, all the way caught up?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that, like, the love letter challenge was, like, good for them.
Yeah.
I have learned that their sisters are going at it online.
Oh.
And Casey's sister specifically said, basically, like, it's been 3 weeks and you aren't giving it up to him? Like, that's crazy, sister. And I would say to that, she doesn't know him shit.
Mm-mm.
Who the fuck? Cause listen, bitch, the entire universe is watching Jin give her kitty up every fucking night. And they're like,
go suck his dick under those covers.
They're like, ma'am, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid someone goes on this show and doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
God forbid someone waits for the hideaway or a private moment and doesn't want to fuck in the bed with 20 other people in the room.
Yeah.
I think the love letter challenge was really good for them.
Yeah.
And that night, like, they made out for a long time.
Yes.
Before bed. And I was like, okay, so I think that that's, like, what they needed.
We have the actual zoomies here. I thought I really liked him, but yeah, his conversation with Corbin, who I hate so much.
Yeah.
But his conversation with Corbin where he was like, Grandma!
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, well, if she doesn't start to do stuff, like, she can't even blame you if you start exploring someone else. I was like, no, like, I'm so not down for this. Like, this is crazy. And then, like, they are at least, like, making out. I
think, though, that, like, when he said that, like, I hadn't seen them make out before, and so I think that, like,
every time they kissed, I felt like it was him that was going for, like, pecks. I kept thinking, like, come on, Casey, give it to her a little.
I will say, like, I'm kind of glad that Soul is gone so that Because he was like, oh yeah, I would explore that if she stayed. First of all, no, he wouldn't have.
No.
But like I think that also kind of like helps them keep it moving.
Yeah. How do you think they're gonna fare in Casa?
I don't know. I think that she will not be interested in anyone in Casa, and I kind of like, because I don't know. I think that he keeps like blaming all these other reasons for why he didn't explore things with Soul, like, oh well, Sincere got there first, or like blah blah. But like I really think that it's just because he like really likes Sanaya. Like he was
Which
like,
I think
no, I don't
was
want.
Saying, yeah, I feel like he was saying that to her at first, and then I feel like he almost just got embarrassed and was like, oh, I have to come up with other reasons. But like the reason is I really like this girl.
Yeah, so I think he might like try to like explore things more in Casa when she's not around, but I also feel like at the end of the day it has less to do with like her being on his ass and more to do with like he's just not interested in anyone else.
Yeah, I feel like one of two things, like he's either going to act up but not bring that person back, or he's going to not really act up but still bring someone back. Like,
he's completely misunderstood the assignment once again.
We've seen this before where like people will go to Casa, they will have like no actual chemistry with someone, and then they're like, I should bring them back because they're into me, and you're like, well, I don't think you understand. But it also always depends on like what videos are shared. So like, God forbid, like if he gets something that makes him think like Anaya is with someone else, like I think he's gonna do some stupid shit.
Unless they do like what they did last year and bring everyone back.
Right, yeah. Okay, Bryce and Trinity. Also been coupled up since day one.
My faves.
Getting the Cordell and Serena treatment where all of his friends are like, she's not that into you. And her friends are like, she's obsessed with him. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
And he's like, I don't care what anybody says. We're basically married now.
Yeah, except when he tried to explore with Kada, which was just so unbelievably embarrassing.
He didn't get the message the first time, I guess.
No, I also am like, I feel like we all knew that he like wasn't actually into that either. Yeah. But I just don't really get it. Like, I don't know if he just was like, I don't want to look like too whipped. So, like, I'm gonna, like, I just was like...
I think that Zach got in his head.
Right. Zach, you set this shit up, and then now you're like, whoa, my girl?
Wait a
my girl.
Wait a damn minute. He's like, that's my only friend.
He's like, I thought you were gonna come date me when I told you she didn't like you. Okay, how do you think they will fare in Casa? Will he pull a Cordell? And will all of his friends be like, who? This girl's more interested in you.
No, I genuinely think that they'll be fine because, like, I don't know, it's hard to say because they've only brought in, like, 2 bombshells.
Yeah, what the fuck?
But, like, every time a bombshell has come in, he's been like, yo, Trinity, get a load of this drama. Yeah. And, like, just literally, like, doesn't even, like, blink twice at them.
No.
And I feel like she's the same way. I feel like they, I do think that, like, when Sincere was like, what the fuck is she talking about? When Soul said it's Couples Island, I was like, why are you confused?
Yeah. What are you like, literally talking about?
Literally everyone is, like, locked the fuck down right now. Like, I
cannot imagine being a bombshell. And the only reason that only one of them had luck, and it was Jin. And the only reason she had luck is because they kicked off his person.
Right.
The person that he was with. So, like...
I think, like, it's hard to say because they're like, well, I'm worried about Casa because, like, we haven't had that challenge yet. And I'm like, yeah, because the producers aren't giving you a chance to be challenged. Yeah. And so, like, I think that does make it hard.
We have had less challenges.
Right.
So there's been less, like, opportunity to piss each other off.
Yeah, to, like, kind of see, like, if people are gonna turn whatever which way, and I'm like, oh, I think that Bryce and Trinity will be fine, but, like, I
Who
don't
knows?
know, because I haven't seen anyone
And
worth a
with
damn
Casa,
come
and
in
with
for them.
Casa, they tend to like there tends to kind of be like a person for each person, or like, you know, I don't know. But I swore when Anaya and Casey started fighting, this was last week, probably like the 15th, that I thought this. And I was like, okay, Casa starts on the 22nd. Before Casa, they're going to bring in a bombshell for Casey. And they're going to try to mess this up and get them. Well, now we got 3 fucking days. So I'm like, oh my god. Ma'am! One moment, please. She has found all these little tiny paints. And she's just throwing them around. Okay. Next up, Zach and Kata. They've been coupled up most of the time. They were the first to go to the hideaway, even after Zach said that he did not think they should do everything in case one of them decides to explore a bombshell. This is where I wrote, side note, why did the bombshells just stop?
Yeah.
What the hell? The internet has some thoughts about all of this. Theory number 1, Zach didn't want to have sex because he's gay. Theory number 2, Zach did not want to have sex because he wanted to explore other people.
Yeah.
Or wants to explore other
that.
people. But then he'll say, what? Not necessarily me, but what if you want to explore other people?
Because he's scared of her.
Theory number 3, Zach just truly wasn't ready to have sex, and thus Kata and the house pressured him into doing so, and if he had been a woman, we all would feel differently.
Okay.
Thoughts? Mary's not buying that one.
No, I think it was funny. He came back. He was like in the night before. He's like, I think we should not do everything. And then he comes back and they're like, what'd y'all do? And he was like, everything. They were like, anal. He was like, whoa,
Bryce is obsessed with anal.
You know why?
I know why.
No, I think that Zach absolutely wanted to have sex with Kata. I think that for most people, it seems, the villa bedroom is not where you have sex.
Yeah.
I feel like very rarely do we see people having sex in the shared bedroom.
And when we do, we are always judging.
Yeah. And so I think that they weren't going to have sex in that room either way.
Yeah.
But I think going into the hideaway, he was really into it.
Yeah.
But I do think for whatever reason that he wants to like explore other people, and maybe it's because of the lack of bombshells. And that I think that for whatever reason he is like still, I don't know. I think that they get in their head sometimes about like it's so early. And so, like, I think he does still want to explore people, but I also wonder if because of the lack of bombshells, he has not, like, been faced with that yet.
Sure.
And so, like, it's easy to fall into, like, oh, like, we're solid, like, I'm not going anywhere, like, I haven't gone for a bombshell yet.
Yeah.
Except that you've only had 2.
Mm-hmm. Aside from Kata.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think that it's just kind of like, maybe that is kind of part of it, of like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, surely they will send someone else in here.
Yeah. They're literally making the bed after having sex for the first time, and he's like, you gonna be mad if I explore? Oh, yeah. Is that too soon?
Crazy.
I also think that part of it is, like, he is trying to be communicative and say, like, I don't know, like, we are not closed off. And I've said before, like, if I was on Love Island, which I obviously would not be, but if I was on Love Island, like, I would not have sex until we were closed off. And so I feel like he was just kind of trying to say, like, I don't want you to think that if we have sex that, like, we're closed off, because, like, I'm not ready to do that. But I think on the flip side, and not in like a manipulative way, but I think on the flip side for Kata, like, once you have sex, like, it's much less likely that he's gonna go for a bombshell. So I think that for her, as soon as they voted them into the hideaway, she was like, hell yeah, we're gonna do everything, because it's the closest I can get to locking you down.
Yeah.
Without actually locking you down, because we all think it's too early for that. I also, like, we've all watched the show. If you don't want them to cheat on you in Casa, have the closed off conversation.
Yeah. I also, like, think it's way too early for the hideaway.
I do too, and I thought it was weird that that's who they picked, when, like, I think, like, Anaya and KC could have used some time alone. Like, I always wish that they would, like, talk a little more.
Yeah.
But they just, it's like the first person who shouts out a couple, they're like, yeah. And it's like, so we just picked Kata and Zach because, like, they really like each other, but they're also horny. But, like, we could have picked Bryce and Trinity. I don't know.
I, like...
Could have asked each other, like, hey, who wants to go?
Yeah. In retrospect, I bet they all wish they had picked Gabe and Jen.
I don't know. I mean, it probably wouldn't stop what's happening now. Okay. Now. How do you think Zach and Kata are gonna fare in Casa?
I think he really wants to. I think he really wants to explore someone.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But
Kata
he's
the hottest woman in this house, but
very clear with her.
Yeah.
That he will be exploring.
Yeah. I think, him too, like, he might do some fuck shit and then not come back with that person. I feel like, but I feel like it could still be ruined because Kata will have already seen the video, or we'll see it on movie night or something. Okay. Kinsey and Corbin and Caleb.
Trash.
Caleb clearly did not want to explore anyone else, which could have simply been that he believed Kinsey when she said he was exactly her type and that she's been waiting on a cowboy. Or some people speculate that he's only interested in white women, and Jen is off the table for him because she came in with him. No?
No, I think that he's been watching from the outside while Kinsey bitches and moans about how all the white men got taken straight off the bat, and she can't find anyone she likes. And he walks in and she says, finally.
Melanie puts on this show for her friend.
Right?
Jesus fucking Christ.
No, that was for Kinsey.
The literal hopping up and down.
Yeah. But, like, I genuinely so confused when she was all of a sudden like, wait, I like Corbin. I don't want to be with Caleb. I was like, bitch, you better be joking.
Were you confused after you saw the video of her finger in her mouth while he was DJing under the covers?
I did see that. But, like, I was like, no, what the fuck? Why? But no, I was confused because why the fuck are you doing that when we, the nation, have just given you the exact white person you're looking for? What the fuck are you talking about?
I assume you've seen all over the internet, people were like, oh, I thought the way she was acting, Corbin was her first. And he's not. They have found her first black man that she's ever been with. But no. Kinsey has not had sex in 1.5 years, which is apparently a huge point of contention because she's clearly only interested in this AI dude because he did something to her in bed that she liked. And Caleb, the cowboy, is simply not giving her the fanny flutters.
Also, he's a child.
Yeah. Well, apparently they're the same age.
They're not. He's 21.
No, Corbin and Caleb.
Oh, well, Corbin's 22.
Oh, okay. When they did the You've Got Mail love letter situation, she was damn near laughing in Caleb's face as he opened his empty mailbox. Honestly, so glad that her and Corbin are back together.
Yeah.
But was really hoping they would be the ones sent home.
I know.
Although I've seen good cases made that we need Kinsey around for movie night. But I don't know. How are Corbin and Kinsey gonna fare in Casa?
Not good.
No, I think both of them not good.
Yeah, I think he's gonna fold so quickly with her not around. As soon as he sees another white woman,
can I kiss you?
It's over.
Can I kiss you?
I think if she suspects he's up to something, she's gonna let someone else finger bang her, and then she'll be lost to the sauce again.
Yep. All right, next triangle is Melanie and Sincere and Soul. Sincere, just a straight up liar. Somehow I think he like literally just forgets what comes out of his mouth to these women. He's like so direct, and he's like, I'm only interested in you. I'm not gonna pursue anything else. I will not be kissing anyone else. And then he goes to his boys and he's like, she understands that I'm still open and exploring. And then he goes and kisses the person he just said he wasn't gonna. Obviously, Melanie is a crash out queen, but like, also, this man is making her crazy.
And she got away from him for half a second.
Yeah. Melanie and Sincere send their love letters to each other. Soul is mad, rightfully so. She says she saw it coming. I fear she did not. I fear she believed him. When she spoke to him, though, I appreciated that she literally apologizing to me for like not being direct and not being clear. But you specifically brag about how good you are at communication and words of affirmation and talking about your feelings. And I think technically he is really good at words of affirmation. And that's what's getting him in trouble. He tells these women what he thinks they want to hear and then somehow like wipes his memory before walking away from the conversation. I promised her what? I don't remember.
Yeah.
He like floors me.
Crazy.
As Mary said, Soul was sent home. So how do you think Melanie and Sincere are gonna fare in Casa?
Not good. No. He's somehow gonna manage to do the exact same thing to two Casa girls that he's been doing to Melanie and
probably.
And then she's gonna come back and there's gonna be like a fucking hexagon.
They're gonna take my advice and they're gonna have a closed off conversation before he goes, and he's still gonna do it. He's gonna say, I won't touch a single person. Absolutely not. He will sign a contract and he will break it.
Yeah, and she's gonna find someone like actually really good for her, and her friends are gonna be like, he fucking somebody over there, and she's gonna like crash out.
Yeah.
And she's gonna go for it, and then she's gonna be like, well, no, because at the end of the day, he's where my heart belongs.
Mm-hmm. She'll like kiss in a game, and then be like, but I won't do anything else. And he's gonna be humping in the bed. Gabrielle and Jin.
We've just completely decided to ignore calling his name or pronouncing his name correctly.
Everyone just calling him Gabe. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, never mind.
Also, I was so annoyed about Beatrice because she's like, you can call me Bea. And then they just all start calling her B.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, she already gave you a nickname that you can use.
Yeah.
And that's still not enough.
And Melanie's like, please don't call me Mel. And Corbin's like, okay, Mel.
And even Sincere calls her Mel too.
She just said.
So when Gabe and Jen coupled up, I was like, yeah, like he like just loves women.
Yeah.
Like I literally was like, he's a lover boy, but not in like a lock it down kind of way. In like a Brazilian, I just like love women kind of way. I love listening to these two's letters and their confessionals where they're like, we're really getting deeper, we're really getting to know each other. And perhaps it's just editing, but from what we have seen, there's no talking happening here. Yeah.
I do think it could just be editing though, because they've said like like both Sean and Beatrice said like the producers are not giving Gabrielle enough screen time.
Yeah.
Like he talks so much about his interests. He's so cool, and like all we know about him is that he likes to fuck.
Yeah, just making out Bandit. How did you feel about him and Beatrice? How did you feel when she left?
I liked them together.
Yeah,
I know.
I did too.
I know a lot of people don't, but I did, and so I was really sad when she left.
I just also felt
then
like
he was very much not.
Yeah, and I felt like, not that it had to be her, but I felt like the fact that he found someone that he could at least speak in Spanish with when he said, like, it's very hard for me to, like, talk about my feelings in English.
Mm-hmm.
I felt, like, sad when she left because I was like, even if he starts to get deep with Jen, like, that's going to be harder for him to have those conversations, and there's no one in the house. Melanie maybe speaks Spanish because she's Dominican.
But Spanish isn't even his first language.
I know, but he was saying that Portuguese is close enough to Spanish that like it works out. But
Melanie does speak Spanish though.
Yeah, I was thinking she does. Spanish. But so I wonder if maybe in Casa, because they keep saying if he sees another blonde, and like probably. But, like, also, I wonder if he can find... Maybe he can find, like, a Andrea where she's blonde and she speaks Spanish.
He can't find anyone now.
No, true. But, maybe he could have.
I hope Beatrice fights his ass.
She did say on social media, I will not be seeing Gabe after this.
Hope she fights his ass.
How did we feel about him and Jen?
I mean... They seemed really into each other. Mm-hmm. I did like their letters. I thought that their letters were really sweet.
Yeah.
But
and that was cute when he said like I wrote it in Portuguese and then translated it for myself.
And then like at the end of hers, like he put something in Portuguese in his, and then Ariana said, "What does that mean?" And she said what it meant. I said, "Okay,
yeah." Now that he's been voted off, what do we think for Jen?
I'm sad for her. I do wonder if Caleb's gonna go after her.
Yeah. I was gonna say, so this week America voted for their favorite couples, and the bottom three were
Who'd you vote for?
I didn't vote.
Oh.
I don't have the app.
I voted.
And the bottom three were Sol and Caleb, who were only matched because they were dumped at the mailboxes.
Mm-hmm.
Gabrielle and Jen, and Kinsey and Corbin. The internet is having a hard time believing this bottom three because huge amounts of people said that they were voting for Sol and Caleb and not for Melanie and Sincere. But likely production was like, we don't want that.
It's kind of insane.
Storyline. No, thank you. Who did you vote for? Trinity and Bryce.
Trinity and Bryce. Yeah. I also, my first vote, I voted for Jen to couple up with Corbin, for Kinsey to couple up with Caleb, because I thought that's what her bitch ass wanted, and for Sol to couple up with Sincere. I will say though, I do wonder if Corbin and Jen had been coupled up, if he would have stuck it out.
Maybe.
He was like, close enough,
because they're similar.
Yeah.
And I wonder if Kinsey wouldn't have done that behind her back because that's her friend.
Right.
But she doesn't care about black women.
Right.
So
her and Melanie were besties until another white woman came in.
Yep. And then she's having these conversations. People were like, does Kinsey think Sol is white? Is that why she's including her here? But we get that scene where she's like, Jen, I have to tell you something, but I was waiting for Sol to leave. And I'm like,
I saw someone, like, it was, like, that picture from SpongeBob where he's holding up, like, the tan meter, and it's like, okay, not okay.
Yeah.
It was, like, Kinsey making friends.
Exactly. So the guys had to choose the girl to vote off, and the girls had to choose the guy to vote off, but of course, for entertainment purposes, they could not know the discussions that each group was having, so the guys voted off Sol, probably because none of them were interested in her anymore, and the girls voted off Gabrielle because he's a whore. Basically.
Refreshing.
Awesome. Also, Melanie said her speech twice. Why?
She like came around again, and Sammy was like, "Oh my god!"
Like, did production, did they like accidentally leave that in? Production was like, wait, try that again, and then they forgot to cut one of them. I was like, I'm having deja vu. We just did this.
That's like that's how my husband tells stories. It makes me crazy.
Just twice.
Keep saying it over and over again. I'm like, okay.
There's obviously going to be some Aaron and Kaylor drama between Zach and Kata and Bryce and Trinity, because the boys think that the girls' logic was stupid because their friend is gone. And they were literally just like, well, now that was pointless. Well, tough. But I guess, like you said, do we think Caleb and Jen are going to give this a go? Since they are who's left, and obviously Caleb likes white women.
Well, okay, obviously, he's only gotten one chance. He just maybe didn't like Soul.
Sure, I just kind of think that, like, maybe I'm wrong, maybe this isn't fair, but, like, the internet seems to feel about Kinsey the way that they feel about Caleb.
Okay, something interesting.
In, like, their DL racism.
When Kinsey is not DL. When I looked Caleb up on Instagram, like the night he came in as a bombshell, only 2 people I followed him on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jimmy Presnell, which we know is his friend.
Mm-hmm.
But the other person was Wiley. As in Eras Tour background dancer Wiley. I said, why do you follow him?
I mean, maybe he just was just as fast as you.
I don't know. But he is also friends with all the Southern Hospitality people.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan of Sir Wieners and TJ
He's
Dench.
like telling Kinsey like what they would get up to in Charleston, and I was like, oh, she would love Charleston.
Yeah, she would. But I don't know. I think that
maybe not fair.
I think
maybe
that certainly they will
just like white women
try, because
they have
what the fuck else are they gonna do? Right.
It's Couples Island.
Right. There's literally no one else. And I think that they probably will say that, like, well, I want to talk to Jen because she's single.
But I fear the exact same thing that happened with Kinsey will happen with Jen, where after being with Gabe, she's gonna be like, this guy don't give me no fanny flutters. What the heck?
I want a 21. Because who the fuck wants to date a 21-year-old?
But Caleb's like a down home, take him home to your mama, and that is not what these girls seem to be looking for. They want to freak off in the bedroom.
But also, Jen was telling Gabe that, like, he's not her usual type. Sure. And I wonder, because she was like, I've never really gone for, like, tattooed. And so I'm like, I wonder if, like, Caleb is more her type.
Oh my god, you just reminded me.
Not 21.
Caleb and Corbin having the same fucking tattoo.
Yeah. That was great. That's how we know Corbin is AI.
Exactly.
They said, make this guy taller and black.
All of the rebooting.
When somebody asked him, like, what race he was, and he was like, what did he say? I'm Jablasian. I was like,
I remember, that when Melanie said she was Dominican, they were like, "Oh my god, I didn't know."
Yeah,
that. And
he
I
was like, "Because
what?
I'm Jamaican, black, and Asian." The way he said it was strange to me.
Yeah.
Also, like, what kind of Asian?
Yeah, help.
Are you? Like, you're very specific about Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, just Asian, just general.
Oh my god.
Just generally
also,
Asian.
Reminds me of Danny saying, "My wife is Mexican."
Oh, I mad.
So sorry. Okay. Some of my favorite moments of this season. Kinsey, with all the confidence in the world, telling Caleb that 2013 is bad vision and that the second number should be higher. Billy goes, she's just wrong. And I said, is she? I don't know.
Sammy was like, I just went through this. This is my first time wearing glasses. I've just gone through this whole conversation. She's
but
wrong.
the optometrists of the world have things to say. Also, do we blame Kinsey's nursing school, or do we blame that she's so stupid she thinks you learn optometry in nursing school? Like, I'm not really sure that that's how that works.
Yeah.
The girls all saying that they needed ChatGPT to write love letters. We're cooked.
Right there.
Go get it. All of Zach and Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
And Bea saying, I'm standing 10 toes down and I don't even have 10 toes. Honorable mention to Gabe hitting her leg and her having to tell him, don't worry, I didn't feel that.
So fucking funny.
I know. Okay, any other Love Island stuff, or are we ready to move on to Summer House?
Summer House.
Cool. So we are watching all of this content where Amanda makes us believe that she is maybe possibly rethinking this relationship with West, but in real time we know that they're very much still together and spitting in each other's mouths. Even in the last piece of the Aftermath episode, they're in Italy together. So, like, imagine, I mean, it was 3 weeks, like a week between each thing, but, like, Sierra probably texting Kyle and Lindsay and being like, all right, I'm doing the third sit down. Guess none of this worked because they're in fucking Italy together. So, in the final part of the reunion, Lindsay announces that she has not learned anything. Amanda announces that she's going to be doing a lot of thinking and reflecting
on things she can't remember.
Uh-huh. And I'm guessing production was like, we got very little out of them. So, they give us a bonus episode that takes place over a 3-week time span in the month following the reunion. West goes on his podcast saying that he didn't realize when they shot those scenes that there was going to be a whole bonus episode. I guess he thought they were just going to like stick some clips in at the end of the reunion. Stupid. So he hoped that the Knicks would lose their 5th game in the championship so that they would have to go to a 6th game on the night that the bonus episode was set to air. To which I ask, do you not know how streaming works?
Somebody said, I thought we were all watching next day on Peacock anyway.
Yeah, like, I don't watch till the next day, but you thought that everyone was just gonna forfeit watching this because they had to watch the Knicks?
Also, you thought that the people who are appointment watching Summer House are the same people who are watching the Knicks?
He's like, at least in New York, they won't be watching me. They'll just watch you Wednesday morning, brother. However, the universe is not on West's side because the Knicks won the championship in the 5th game, and the bonus episode was projected onto the sides of West Village bars. I love New Yorkers. In this Aftermath episode, we start with Lindsay and Amanda. Lindsay tells her that she's ruined her life. West is making a fool out of her. Amanda said, which, like, I thought this was, like, super, like, real and vulnerable if we didn't know what we know.
Right.
Amanda says that hanging out with West and his friends made her love herself and have fun. It made her 34-year-old ass feel like she was in her 20s again. And she confused that feeling with having feelings for him. Like, it sounds like she's admitting to Lindsay that, right, like, I realize I don't actually have feelings for this guy. I was just having so much fun. That must suck for her current boyfriend to hear, especially when his parallel scene is him telling Kyle that he has cared deeply for Amanda for a long time.
Oh, that he told her he loved her for the first time over the summer.
Yeah.
While Kyle was still married to her.
Yeah. I also think that it must suck for her current boyfriend to hear her respond to he manipulated you by saying, well, those aren't my words, but bro. Lindsay tells us that this part was cut out, but that she did tell Amanda she cannot be friends with people who don't show integrity, character, and better decision-making skills. Awesome. It was absolutely, and Mary posted on Threads about this, so go find us there. It was absolutely so embarrassing that her proof that he was hard pursuing her was that he included her in his already existing friends group chat with her married friends in it, where he invites people out or over all the time. She's like, I knew it was weird when he was inviting me to his house, but it was always a group setting. Imagine saying this man was pursuing me and then sending Bravo a group text that says open door policy. Bravo's like, hey, could you send us those texts? And she's like, yeah, I can. And they get them and they're like, I don't know if you sent us the right ones, Amanda. You want to try that again?
A lot of people are saying that, like, they think that these are, like, a cover-up, and, like, that she's only sending them the messages with someone else in the group chat, and on all of them it's just Katie DeLuca. And so they're like, oh, Katie DeLuca is the Schwartz. He's texting both of them to make it look innocent. But I'm just like, no, I think she's kind of stupid.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, but pick one. You can't go out and say he was pursuing you and that you have proof that he was pursuing you, but also your proof is that he invited an entire group of people out. Like, I don't know. So Wes and Kyle talk. The star of the show is Reese. Kyle is like, well,
Don't fucking talk to my dog.
My dog clearly knows you, even though you've never been to my apartment. So that's weird for me. The things Reese must have seen. West was word salading, incredibly vague. See, they're just like stupid. Kyle asks, do you love her? And he says, well, I told her that on camera this summer when I was leaving y'all's room. Kyle's like, hold on. Like, I thought you said there was no overlap. Like, I thought y'all, whatever. And he's like, no. Like, I just told her I loved her, like, as a friend. I deeply cared about her. They get into semantics about love versus in love. But, like, dude, when her husband asks if you love her, he doesn't mean as a friend.
Yeah, obviously. I feel like that was a slip up.
I do, too. I think, like, bro, like, but it was weird the way he almost said it, like, well, yeah, I love her. Like, you saw it. Trying to make Kyle look like, why are you even asking? Like, of course.
Idiot.
It's on camera. And it's like, okay, but I assumed, because you said y'all were not together at that time, that was like me telling Lindsay that I love her. Or like any of all of us doing that. And so I think that's weird. Wes says he regrets many things, but he doesn't regret and won't apologize for his feelings for Amanda. But to be honest, I didn't hear him apologize for anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that what we're missing.
He texted his ex-girlfriend and said, "You win."
Yeah.
And also, where's the apology?
Saying out loud, "I regret this," is not an apology, and I think that like him and Amanda seem to not understand this. Like, saying that you regret that your life has blown up is different than saying, like, Kyle, I am sorry. And so he's like, I don't regret.
And that's different from changing the behavior. Right. And being like, this has gone too far and hurt too many people. We have to stop it.
Yeah. But he's like, I don't regret and won't apologize for. I regret a lot of things, but won't apologize for them. And I don't regret and won't apologize for having feelings for Amanda, even though I didn't apologize for anything at all.
Yeah.
Wes says he's ready to commit. So we'll see.
We won't. Actually.
Yeah. Sierra, although interestingly, in the city producers have said that Amanda's mindset about all of this will be is different in the city reunion. But they were out walking. Not there, and Sierra's not there. They were out walking their dogs the day after the bonus episode aired. So walking her dogs, not their dogs. So sorry, Reese and Ryder. That was derogatory. West is not your daddy. Okay. Sierra and Miha also sit down. Miha admits that after the reunion, she and West talked for 6 hours on Threads. She says, if I want to yell at my ex for 6 hours, that's my God-given right. She told Sierra how hard he's been to shake because she did love him. They were together for a long time. They commiserated about West's manipulation strategies and how he loves a secret love affair, which I think is like kind of the point, right? Like, he's always kind of done this with Sierra. Like, I want this behind the scenes, unknown, like, we'll do what we do, but like not in the summer. And then Miha, he like, but even, I mean, at this point, even Amanda, like, we have to wonder, like, will he still have these feelings for her? I mean, he says he will, and he's going to commit, but, like, was the fun of this just the secret? Oh. My crush, so sorry. She's a freak. Oh.
She's going to fall.
She just walks on the hangers. You going up to the sweatshirts? And how many will we knock over? Okay, none of them. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think that, like, it was sad to hear Miha say, like, I just thought I was in on it.
Yeah.
Thought I was in on the secret. Like, and it's like, yeah, you think this is going to be, like, this, like, love story, and it's just not. When this episode aired, and you might have some insight into this, but when this episode aired, Sierra posted a yawning gif.
Yes.
And Lindsay replied saying, assuming this is because Miha is telling you one thing, but still talking to Wes on the phone every day. That's, like, not the vibe I got, was that Sierra was upset with Miha, and then, like, Miha's post, like, didn't seem that way either, so I don't know if Lindsay is just, like, upset about something that Sierra isn't, or if we're just, like, missing some in-between stuff, or what.
I think, like...
I would assume the yawning is about Wes and Amanda. Like,
yeah. So, in the thing, the, whatever, bonus... Miha was telling Sierra about, like, talking on the phone with West, and she was saying that, like, she encouraged him to go to Italy and, like, be with his family and his loved ones, not realizing he would take Amanda. And so people were, like, taking that and saying, like, so you weren't yelling at him. You were encouraging him to do what's best for him. And that when he originally RSVP'd to the wedding, Miha was his +1.
Okay.
And so they were saying, like, she thought he was going to take her to Italy, so that's why she said that, blah, blah, blah. And then, since then, people have kind of, like, honed in on her comments about, like, wanting to kiss Sierra at a game and whatever, and they're like, she's, like, clout chasing, like, we don't trust her. So, she... posted on Threads afterwards and said, guys, I know it's pathetic to speak to an ex, but have we not all been down bad for a man we shouldn't be? I loved him a lot, and our relationship ended in the blink of an eye. I'm not trying to get back together with him, I promise. This has been one of the most heartbreaking experiences of my life, and it's been made harder with it all being public for people to dissect. Sometimes I just need to yell and hear the person I cared about most apologize. I'm not proud of it, but I'll admit it. I'm so beyond thankful for Kyle, Lindsay, and especially Sierra for giving me the opportunity to tell my story. Sierra and I's bond over our shared experience is something that means the absolute world to me. I don't know what I would have done without her support. That's my girl no matter what. But, like, basically people were saying that, one, she is, like, buddy-buddy with Sierra enough to get put on the show. People are, like, saying she should be a cast member next season, and, like, people are worried that she's feeding into that while also talking to West and not just yelling at him, but also, like, encouraging him to do what's best for him and, like, all these things. They just think that she's being two-faced.
But what do you think? Like, do we think that Lindsay has some information that we don't, or do we think Lindsay's just, like, being defensive of Sierra and, like, doesn't need to be? Like, I don't know.
I think, I mean, it's possible she has some kind of information we don't, but I think I saw Sierra's yawn post way before I saw Lindsay respond to it, and I saw Lindsay respond to it after I had seen so many people saying, like, Miha's just using Sierra for a spotlight, and so I wonder if, like,
she just
Lindsay's kind of like reading that and being like, oh, that is kind of weird. Yeah.
I mean, I have seen rumors that Miha could be joining the cast. Do you know what is her background, her ethnicity?
I do know because she posted a picture that said, fighting my big three. And the big three were Scorpio, my father's eldest daughter, and Latina.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, her last name made me think she was Latina, but, so West has been booted from the show, which clearly he knew during his sit down with Kyle. the rumors are that he has been trying to get Kyle, Lindsay, and Carl fired from the show for quite some time. I don't know if this, they were quoting all these things, like, even his interviews about Lindsay, now that she has a baby, she can't be on, or whatever, because he thinks it would be more entertaining if it was just him and Amanda and his friends. But I assume this,
chicken fry on my summer house, I'll scream.
I assume that this must have come to a head, and maybe he said, like, I'm not gonna stay on if you don't get rid of these people. But, so rumors that Miha might be joining, no word on Amanda yet. I mean,
it'd be kind of crazy if she stayed at this point.
I think so too, but then I also think, like, depending on what this, like, new mindset on In the City is, like, if she, I don't know, I guess my question is, like, if she's booted from Summer House, will she stay on In the City? But then, like, what's her role on In the City? Kyle's ex-wife? Like, I don't know. She's not actually fucking friends with any of those people, it seems, on either show. So I don't know.
I mean, Michelle and Jesse.
Yeah. Okay. Now that we are ending this saga, for the time being, I want to know if you have any lingering questions that you would ask Amanda and West if one or both of them were on this podcast with us. And I have 5, so depending on how many you have, we could go back and forth.
Okay.
How many do you have?
First, I don't know. First of all, how dare you?
Okay.
Secondly, who do you think you are? No, I'm just kidding. I have 5.
Okay.
Or 6, maybe.
Okay. You can go first.
Okay. First of all, did either of you order Girl Scout cookies to support Troop 6000?
And show me the receipt.
Right.
Please. My first question is, although I have my suspicions, I would like confirmation on what mixture of things were taken by each of you before the reunion.
Yeah, true. I know. I'm trying to do questions that I feel like they might actually answer.
Yeah, but no chance.
After sitting through the dinner and then watching the moment air where Sierra talked about the backlash she receives for being played by a white man, did you take into account at all how this betrayal would play out for her as a black woman who already feels like she has to be thinking one step ahead?
Is that the one you sent to Andy? He didn't use?
Yeah.
Just rude. If you're sticking with the story that you didn't sleep together until after the statement went out, what else had you done? Because we do know it wasn't just kissing.
Somebody said, I feel like that picture, that vulnerable picture, was just her wearing those leggings she wore to Lindsay's apartment.
The nude.
Amanda, how beneficial to your mental health was it getting back into social media?
Ripper to shreds. I have Amanda. Can you list some things you like about West outside of him making you feel wanted?
Amanda, do you like nagging men? Do you like men that think they're your children? Why would you go for that again?
I saw this one that was like, why are you dating a pinker Kyle? A younger pinker Kyle. West, do you feel like your performance on this reunion was any better than on previous reunions? Because he swore it would be.
West, is this really the hardest you can go for a woman?
My last one, West, how do you think the nudes got out? You say that you must have been hacked. Walk me through what you think happened there.
And then apply my last question again.
And then, yeah. Also, is that on Amanda's list of things she likes about West? His little flaccid dick?
Like, I just, like, genuinely, like, I'm like, does he think this is, like, him, like, ride or dying for his girlfriend?
True.
Like, yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. All right, thanks for playing along. That was good. Anything else? Any final thoughts?
Sierra's killing it on After Sun.
Of course.
Never watched it before, but it's great.
I won't lie, we did watch it, and we were like, we have to now that Sierra's on. It still bores me to tears.
Yeah.
But
I've heard it's better.
It is better. Sorry, Maura Higgins. Not trying to come for your ass.
I think.
Should let Maura stay on for one episode and have Kyle come on and guest host with her so he can be with the Tink girl.
Yeah,
as he says.
And then the next episode is Kyle and Sierra, and it transitions naturally, of course.
Of course. All right. The end.
Hopefully. Bye. Bye.